All right, so you did the work, you figured out why it feels difficult for you to ask for help. Ego, I don't like being vulnerable, I don't know how. And today I want to follow up because it's cool to know why we do the things that we do, but in order to change, we have to go a little bit further. And today I want to talk to you about how to get better at asking for help. Welcome back. I'm so sorry. I had to take a few weeks off. I have been on tour, speaking at schools, doing the good work in person, which has been great. I also got a ton of feedback from young people around what they want to learn about, so I'm going to continue to use that to build this curriculum out, but I want to go back to the last topic, which was, why is it so difficult to ask for help? I mean, there's like a bunch of different strategies and tips that I can suggest, but I think that the easiest, clearest way to think about this is I do the W's. It's in journalism, they talk about the W's of an article. So like the what, who, when, where, why, right? And how. I don't know how that factors in. But I thought that that's a really cool way to break this down. So today I'm going to be presenting you with the W's of asking for help. Let's start off with a very basic one, which may be difficult. To be clear, even though it's basic, it may be difficult to think about, but if you can answer this question, you are definitely starting off right. If you're someone that struggles with it, asking for help, this is a really good blueprint for you to kind of figure out, how do I do this? So the first one is what? What do I need help with? If I am struggling with an academic subject, I need help with my academics. If I'm struggling with my relationships, I need help with my friendships. If I'm struggling with my mental health, I need help with feeling better. I need help with taking care of my mental health. Being very specific around what you need help with is super important. And if you don't know what it is, if you have the support that you need, you can even express that and just let them know, I'm not feeling good and I need some help and support. That's an okay place to be. So don't feel like you have to have like a perfect defined answer of what's going on. But if you're able to think about what specifically you are struggling with, that can be super helpful for the people that actually want to give you the support. The next part is super important. I'm kind of going about this very intentionally. So I'm thinking about the order of this. If I was someone that was struggling with asking for help, really thinking about the specific order. So once I've figured out what I need help and support around, the next question I would go to is who? Who can I turn to? This is important because sometimes the people that we think are supposed to help us end up not being the people that help. And as I talked about in my last video, if you are someone that struggles with asking for help and then you get yourself to the place where you do and you ask someone that's supposed to help you and they don't, that can actually prevent you from continuing the process of asking for help. It's like, I got rejected the one time I asked for help, and so I'm not going to do it again. So who is important? Thinking about the support in your life is the first step. But then also, if I'm looking for specific support, like let's say around academics or around mental health, who are people that are in my life that I can reach out to that can help with that specific thing? For example, I have a brother who I love very deeply, but we're very different. And I focus a lot on relationships and people. He focuses a lot on success and individual kind of determination, which is really cool. If I was struggling with relationships, and I would not go to him about that. It's not that he is a bad person or that he's dumb or anything like that. I would go to someone that I feel like has expertise in that. I would talk to somebody that understands connections, relationships, and can give me good feedback on that instead of just going to the person that I love because I think that they would help me. Now, if it comes to motivation, I'm struggling with motivation and I got to get stuff done, I'm going straight to my brother because that's the guy who I know is an expert in that. This guy, no matter what is going on in his life, if he has a project, he's going to get it done. So that's someone I would go to. So thinking about the what and then following up with who. Who can help me with this specific thing that I'm struggling with? All right, you figured out what it is. You figured out who you're going to go to. When and where are not as serious. Those kind of come after you figured out these main things of what and who am I going to ask for. But this just logistically, if I need support for academics, I'm going to go after school and talk to my counselor. Just like that. Like a very simple, where can I find this person? How can I connect with them? If I need help from a friend, I might set up a time to be like, hey, can I talk? I'm going through a tough time. I need some support. So that way it's like designated time. They know what they're getting themselves into. You can kind of prepare for that conversation. But thinking about where and when is not as important, but can be helpful in the process. Why is a good one. I think this is super important, and reflecting on why we want to get help is, I think, a really cool act of self-care. It builds self-awareness. It can also build motivation around doing this. So if I'm struggling with my mental health and I decided that I need to get help for it, even though I hate asking for help, I have to have a strong why. And the why is, I want to feel better. I care about myself. I know I can't do this on my own, and so I need to bring help in because I care about my life and I want to have a good one. Having a strong why is super important if you are someone that struggles with building motivation or courage to ask for help. And if you don't know the why, make the why you. Just a simple statement. I need this. I deserve this, right? I deserve support. I need help. Making the why centered around you can also kind of build that determination and motivation we need to take the step further, to put ourselves in that vulnerable state to ask for the support that we need. All right, those are the W's. What, when, where, why, who. I'm gonna throw in an extra one, because even in journalism, the W's are so good, but even in journalism, we talk about this extra one, which is how. And now I'm gonna be really transparent with you about this. Some people are comfortable asking face-to-face. Some people are not. And so what I would encourage you to do, especially if you're someone that really struggles with asking for help, is find a way to do it that feels comfortable for you. One of the most powerful examples I had around this was two students. One student really did not trust adults, and I don't know what their backstory was, but if a kid says, I don't trust adults, I think there's usually a good reason for that. And so they needed to get help from the adults in their lives, specifically a teacher that they really liked but didn't have that kind of relationship with. The coolest thing I saw them do was they asked their other friend. They said, can you advocate for me? Can you help me connect with this teacher, because I feel really anxious doing it and I need some help and support. So that friend went to the teacher and said, hey, can you help this student? They're having a tough time. They asked me to ask for you. The teacher said, of course. And what's even cooler is when they had the conversation, both friends were there. And I love that because they were able to get the help that they needed. They didn't have to push themselves or have to wait until they get over that anxiety of asking a specific person, and they had support in the moment with them. Whatever you got to do to make it work, type an email, write a letter, send a carrier pigeon, right? Text, do what you got to do, face to face. Do what you got to do to get better at asking for help. I'm going to end this video with just saying it this way. Asking for help is a skill, right? You can get better at it the same way that you can get better at academic skills, at sports skills, at video games, at making friends, at building confidence. All of those things revolve around time and practice and effort. And the first time you do it, it may not go great, right? But that does not mean that you don't keep doing it. If you ask for help for someone, they reject you, or they tell you it's not important, that does not mean that you quit. That just means that that wasn't the person in that moment to give you the help that you needed. As a young person, I would encourage you deeply to look at the resources that your school offers, that your community offers, because as an adult, we're expected to ask for help in a professional way, meaning I gotta pay a therapist to help me, and there are not a lot of options for free support. As a young person, you don't have a lot of choice, which means that you don't get to pick where you go or what you do. A lot of adults are involved. But on the other hand, there are a lot of organizations and resources that can offer you help and support. In the video description, there you go. In the video description, I'm going to share a resource with an organization that I love. It is all around providing young people with free resources for all sorts of issues that they're going through. It's called Be Strong. If you have no adult or no friend in your life that you feel like you can talk to, reach out to this resource, use this resource. And I know I'm just one person. I'm not like a huge famous YouTuber or anything like that, but if I can be of support, if you feel like you've got no one else and you just need someone to listen, reach out to me. I can't always do it. I can't always be that person, but I will try my best to connect you with resources or even just hold some space for you the ways that I can. I'm rooting for you always. Remember, it is difficult to break old habits. It's difficult to challenge how we lived for so long. I get that, but you are worth it. It's hard work. You do hard work all the time. It probably doesn't feel worth it. You are worth it, 100%. I'm rooting for you. Until then, talk to you soon. Goodbye.